Hello, I'm calling from the team of Master Sri Akarshana about your Wealth Yogi program. Can I ask what you do now? Let's see how you're suffering. Let's see how much your life's gone to bloody pieces so that I can weed a bit more money out of you on a wing and a prayer that you may get somewhere further. If not, you'll go to debtor's prison and probably be sent to Boston Bay for 7 years penal servitude.
Yeah.
He wanted you guys to buy flowers, rip off the petals so you could throw them at him as like some kind of hero.
Manifest, hero worship. Here comes God.
How much money did you lose in your experience?
All in all, the guts of £10,000.
And as a single parent, that's got to be devastating.
Devastating is a bit of an understatement.
Hold on. Did you say you went into cardiac arrest and had to get brought back?
6 hours it took them to stabilise me and rush me to another hospital even. I was so ill, and because of all the trauma of what happened, I just basically gave up. I didn't want to be here anymore. Started putting stuff up on my Facebook and making people aware. I got an email today basically threatening me, but I won't be threatened.
Can I read it? Good afternoon, Eileen. It was observed by our management team that you have published negative videos which negatively showed and discussed the internal materials and content of our company's program. Please remove these in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, management team will take the appropriate legal action against you. It was signed very politely. Stay blessed of the team.
No, hey, we're about to sue you. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
Welcome to Coffee Break. Today we have Eileen and Paul. They are victims of Eric Ho, and they wanted to speak out. First of all, let's start with you, Eileen. Tell us the aftermath of what happened before we rewind, before we go back and talk about how it all unfolded. What happened to you with Eric Ho? Why are you speaking out?
Forgive me if I get emotional to this and cry, because it's been a really horrific and traumatic experience for me. The aftermath is, for me, my system, due to all the stress, my system absolutely crashed. I ended up in hospital and I near died. And coming out of where I am, I got a sense of strength, and I seen more people speaking out. And because of what happened to Caroline Flack last week and holding things in, and from suffering a lot of mental health problems myself, it's time for us to come out and make our voice heard, be spoken, and don't let these people away with things anymore. We have to stand our ground. We all have to come together as a community and not be intimidated by these people who are just scamming hardworking people. For me, even being a lone parent with a child, to have that responsibility, and you just want to give your family and your children a better life, and to be knocked down and maybe even taken away. So for me, it's my point in my story is to help prevent people who mightn't be as strong as me to come back and speak out. And I actually feel there could be a lot of suicides, people who've not able to recover from the expenses and stuff, because I know I was absolutely broken. It's the only way I can put it into words. I was broken because of my experience.
How much money did you lose in your experience?
All in all, counting being away for 2 months, I got scammed into doing not only one of the programs, but after the Wealth Yogi program was over, I stayed on to do another one, which was not very nice either. Being off work, you're counting hotels, your B&Bs, whatever, the boats, all in all, the guts of £10,000.
Jeez.
I know,
it's
sick.
And as a single parent, that's got to be devastating.
Devastating is a bit of an understatement. A lot of these people They've no kids. None of them have any kids. They've no responsibilities. They have no responsibility even of death. Most of them have their parents and their loved ones. And they make out they have hard lives when they don't even know what a hard life is. And for the like of me and so many other vulnerable people who are putting all our trust into these people, their programs and going and just being scammed, enough's enough. More people need to speak out, and we need more people like you to help us with speaking out and not be afraid or intimidated by these people, and take a stand together.
Thank you, Eileen.
Can I jump in and say my experience at this stage?
Yeah, jump in, Paul.
I didn't take on the same program as Eileen, and at the end of it, I really felt left high and dry. Now, the cost of the program was supposed to be $3,000. Why it's priced in dollars, we can only guess. So that's the amount that was spent out. But what we will develop as this conversation goes on is that there was a grading system halfway through the course whereby Master, formerly known as Eric Ho, or whatever other name he wants this week, decides that was going to do a creaming process, as in, let's target the one that are really good at computers or mildly gullible, mix in between the two. We'll take those away from the rest of this course so I can nurture them to get them to be my A team as long as they play ball. They were sent down the shop to spend, am I correct? Not if you say this is correct, hundreds and hundreds of pounds on buying flowers to rip all the petals off so that we could all throw flower petals at him as he strolled in with his keyboard.
Wait, hold on. Let me restate that.
Yeah.
He wanted you guys to buy flowers, rip off the petals so you could throw them at him as like some kind of hero.
Hero worship. Here comes God. And he walked along the flower path of the petals and sat lotus cross-legged on this chair, and everyone did the namaste bollocks in front of him.
No.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have to buy the flowers ourselves. He had his staff team, but we had to rip the petals off the flowers, and I seen the price. It was disgusting.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. Well, let's get into it now that we have kind of both of your a little bit about what happened.
Can I just finish that because you wanted the ending?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's because of this dissatisfaction. It's crucial to see. He stood up, having had all this adulation of flowers and all that, and giving his little speeches, and then handed out our worthless bits of paper to say that we completed the course, and then started to announce who he had privately selected to be part of the I Am Creator Close to God experience team. And you can probably have a guess that maybe myself and Eileen were not on that list. Then the names ran out, and he said, well, that's the end of the Wealth Yogi scheme. Thank you for coming along for the last month. If your name wasn't called out, then good luck with your future. All you were taught in that month was how to be a telesales guy to sell I Am Creator products and courses and things. It had no intrinsic value whatsoever than inside his umbrella. In the real world, because you'd sold yourself to the devil in the ClickFunnels and the Aweber process, everything that you have been taught would only be good for selling his product onwards.
Correct. Yeah.
The other bottom line is, within the 15 people, I do not know one person, although they may talk about it, that earned 1 penny. I certainly did not receive any commission whatsoever for what my few results. Arlene, I don't believe you saw a whisper either.
No.
And I don't know any of the B-listers that got anything. Some of the A-listers may have been enticed in. So I don't know what you make of that so far.
How much did this course cost again?
The basic price should be $3,000 or pounds, depending on which way you were doing it.
Okay, £3,000 to go become a telesalesman.
That's all you are, a telesales rep To be your average rate of commission was 10% on product, 10%. Now I've worked commission only sales. I'm ex Yellow Pages sales rep, brewery industry, gaming machine. I've worked for companies. I understand sales, but if you're working commission only, 10% is a travesty. Plus, there's no embedded sales tracking of your leads being allocated you for a lifetime. So we're going to get to this as you retrograde through the beginning and the middle, but nothing of what was signed up. It was a free-for-all as it was in. The office staff are in chaos and have no structure. And we had 15 people that didn't know what their leads were. They were allocated on a bit of a Google Docs sheet. And you put your name down that you wanted to ring these people. Now, let's take this into the worst scenario. Their offices, being in Lincoln, have no mobile signal connection. They're in the middle of nowhere. You don't get one bar.
Oh my gosh.
Plus your leads are in point one, America time zones and India time zones, with some in England time zones. So you've got people going up stairways, wandering around rainy car parks on little mobile phones, trying to look like the budding professional. Hello, I'm calling from the team of Master Sri Akarshana about your wealth yogi program. Can I ask what you do now? Let's see how you're suffering. Let's see how much your life's gone to bloody pieces so that I can weed a bit more money out of you on a wing and a prayer that you may get somewhere further. If not, you'll go to debtor's prison and probably be sent to Boston Bay for 7 years penal servitude.
Oh my goodness. That's quite the experience. Let's get into
anything of what I've said there, because I know is anything there, Arlene, inaccurate of what I've said?
No, everything's correct. We haven't even touched the iceberg. Where do you see what it'll actually give you the shivers of what happened.
Let's go through it. Okay, so I want you guys to take me through first why you got involved with Master Sri Akarshana or whatever his name is, Eric Ho. Then tell me about the experience of, okay, you pay the money, you get involved. What I want to go through specifically is how Eric Ho's promises did not lead up to what he was saying. So I want to hear about his promises, and then I want to hear about the actual deliverables. So once again,
I'll jump on that, and I'll try and keep mine snappy.
Sure.
I bumped into one of their members at a travel trade show because I'm a tour guide, and the stuff with regard to sales and the internet, which I was not very good at, seemed a good idea. So I bought a little bit of a program, which I worked my way through. So that got me into the system. They then had a little bit of a seminar up in Lincoln. I did that for 3 days and thought, well, there's stuff there that I didn't know about sales and marketing. So I'll take that as an interesting couple of days. Then getting on to what is the subject of our matter, this new scheme, this new schemes to come on board to be part of this great global operation that's going to be bigger and better to understand what's going on, called the Wealth Yogi. Now, it was going to be by a very strict, select program whereby you had to pass an interview. Oh boy, this interview was going to be very strict, and you had to answer all the right questions for the right answers to make sure for these limited spaces of only 30 spaces, and they're crying out as we speak for these spaces. You don't know how lucky you are to have been selected to have these spaces. So when the phone call comes, be ready, because you might even have to be asked for the secret code word. Needless to say, you get the phone call. Have you got enough money to spend 3,000 quid to come up to Lincoln, or as it was San Diego then, to be on this program? What's missing in your life? Well, missing is finance, because I haven't really sort of reinvested in my future. I work day to day, and all the usual pain points that we learnt about and were taught how to possibly manipulate with others. I go on the Wealth Yogi thing initially to San Diego. I paid the 1,000 plus up front in a couple of installments. Then it was supposed to be San Diego. Then with a few weeks to go, it changed to Lincoln. And I went in thinking I would be nurtured to be part of a growing company. I've seen all the videos, the law of attraction. I can't quite get that. Coincidences that breed results. I'll think, well, that can be quite interesting. I'll go down that road because some of the stuff has been interesting, and this is going to take us on a journey. And I thought, within a month, that journey, am I prepared to subject myself to yoga? Well, that's an area. Arlene loved the yoga. I was, I'm 60 something, a little bit unmatched fit, but it was intensive yoga, which was, we'll come on to what that is, because the yoga also went into manifestation, which even Master edged on the fact that he was deliberately brainwashing the people in order to be the perfect students, to go with the flow, to get the end product for what he wanted out of the individual. So that is my journey. What Arlene will say, I think I would like her to take the manifestation and the yoga further, because she did more than that. But that's how I went in. But it was on day 3 of the course that it became blatantly obvious that we were being trained to be telesales representatives and nothing more. Telesales representatives on commission only, and that's what our function was. That's where I'll leave my beginnings, and that's in day 3 when we chose to go down, in the absence of our own business plan, the I am creator direction, which is a fatal error, because then everything you taught was only useful for being part of the I am creator team. So I'll go over to Arlene, because that's my little story and it's not complete, but she'll fill in other bits.
Go ahead, Eileen.
Well, for me, it was this, I am quite spiritual. Getting on the spiritual path years ago helped me with my mindset so much. I am the most driven, positive person you'll ever meet. I've done all the Tony Robbins, I've attended the spiritual colleges, I've spent thousands, and I don't have a bad word to say about any other program that I've done. I came across, he was just Eric Ho transitioning into Master Sri Akarshana at that time. I think it was July. Got totally sucked in by what I seen on YouTube. I thought, oh, this dude's amazing. I have to work with this dude. I actually had planned to do the Tony Robbins Date with Destiny in December, and I thought, no, I'll go and do the Eric Ho one instead. I joined the Creator Circle, done all the Sunday hangouts, give up my Sundays to go on do the meditations and all. Got sucked into the whole infinity. He's doing these wrist infinity bands, where every Sunday or once a month he's meant to charge them. That's another money scam. So then I joined his. Hold
on. Sorry to stop you. What is the infinity bands? I'm sorry, I've never heard of this.
An infinity band that you put around your arm, and he's charging. Oh, you had to be the first 100 to sign up to CC Plus. If you signed up to CC Plus, you got it for $19. So that's why I signed up to the CC Plus.
What do you mean he's charging them? I'm sorry. So you have a band on.
Yeah. And then once a month in his Sunday hangouts, he does a meditation to send this energy to them to charge these bands.
What are the bands going to do for you?
Oh, they're going to empower you and make magic.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
I didn't buy one.
Yeah, so that was another.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the full picture here. Okay, so he's selling magical infinity bands that he's going to charge once a month via web call. Okay.
I think he done it 1 month and that was it. There was no word since. Not only that,
Eric, you got to charge the infinity bands. Come on, buddy. God, people are going with drained infinity bands. What are you doing?
Was it a USB connection or different?
But there used to be Discord at the time, and on Discord you could see everybody's messages, and there was so much negativity, and I used to think, why is people being so negative? What's going on? And I didn't really want to believe it. So I just sort of forgot about it. But he's so clever with his CC Plus Facebook group. It's closed, so you have to be approved. All your posts has to be approved. So it just means if anybody has any complaints, anybody wants to speak their mind, there's no way of getting that through his Facebook page because everything needs to be approved. If you had nothing to hide, you wouldn't have a Facebook page that you had to approve everybody's posts and stuff like that. So that was all right anyway. I got sucked into that, done the challenge, his 7-day manifestation challenge, then got sucked into doing there was another girl doing launch a business in 5 days. I bought into that program first. And then it come about things in my life. I had a lot of challenges and I was in a really bad place. And he was doing another challenge, 2-day challenge. And I, of course, come across the Wealth Yogi program. Oh, how it was going to change your life. You'll get paid when you're there, all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I have to work with this man. He's amazing. I need to sign up for this. But because I already bought the other program, I was like, how can I leave my son for 2 months? How can I I have a mortgage. How am I going to pay my mortgage? All my savings. I put every last penny I had into these programs, and I mean everything, right down until the day before the day I was going. I actually texted Liam and said, I don't think I can go. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford this. And he said, oh, you have to go, because you'll get paid when you're here. And I put all my trust into them. I had to take my wee dog even, and she's 15 years old and she's got cancer, because nobody would look after her, and take her with me and leave her sitting in a B&B or Airbnb every day by herself while we were there for 6 hours. Oh, hello, Paul.
I'm struggling. I've got a separate little camera I've just introduced. Is that visible?
Yeah,
it's visible. Monstrous there. Okay.
Nice to see you, Paul.
Stand up and be counted.
Yeah. But anyway, I got sucked into all the challenges, bought into the programs, went to Lincoln, was all hyped up. Can't believe I'm here. Can't believe we're working with Master. I am so spiritually connected, and I am so embarrassed to be even doing this call at this present minute. How I didn't see the signs before, but I know now that I had to go. I had to learn, and I have to stand up now and help prevent so many other people from making the same mistake I did. And hopefully more and more people will come forward. But when we got there, basically we'll not go into too much, but we'll give you the basics to just show you or tell you how it went. The first day we got there, we were talking to his office, made sign stuff. We didn't even know what the hell we were signing, because we were all hyped up by all this stuff he was telling us.
Right.
Tabaria come in and they basically stated, long and short, I thought I was going. I told them I just wrote a book. I wanted to publish my book and I wanted to work on my charity work. Oh yes, Master will be able to help you with all that. He'll be able to give you the best publishers, and you can make 2,000 per client and all this shit they were telling us. Then they took us into a room and said, right, we have big plans for the whole I Am Creator. We're going to go global. We're going to be training people up in public speaking. We're going to be training people up in marketing. Would you like to be part of the I Am Creator team and come work for the I Am Creator? Be trained up in all these avenues, whatever you want to be trained up in, and then work worldwide with this. Go to America, go to India, and be part of the team. Everybody was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I can't believe we're getting picked to be part of the whole I Am Creator, Master Sri Akarshana.
Right.
Every single person signed yes. Everybody forgot about their own work. We put all our trust that this was going to be completely life-changing. Then they give us statistics on how much money that we can make by each phone call and each program that we sell. And we were like, whoa, like you can make up to $1,000 a call. That is how like they were selling.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we all picked to be part of that. Then we went into intense training to do ClickFunnels, marketing. Some people have no computer skills. I have no idea about ClickFunnels, no idea about Facebook ads. the training was that intense. We were like in there for 14, 15 hours a day. It was complete overload. We couldn't even take it all in. So then when we finished our 5-day intense training on how to build a ClickFunnels, then we were sent into groups to start making ClickFunnels to produce for all his GLC programs, his White Yogi programs. Then that's when the energy in the place was.
I add that we had to pay for the Facebook ads out of our own pocket.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a minute.
£500 deposit into their Facebook account to pay for the Facebook ads, to produce adverts, to produce leads for a sales force in either San Diego, Bangalore, or London, to produce the leads, to produce the contacts, to produce the telephone numbers, which we then had to follow up in our own time, on our own money, in order to get a result which was not allocated to a person at any one time, and that lead could be stolen or completed by one of the office staff further down the line, having made the inroads to it. And that's the chaos that you're involved in. But when you're into the spirituality world, as opposed to the hard, fast sales world, which I was more, it became dog eat dog. And you've seen all these lovely little airy, fairy spiritual types turn against each other as they bet each other's ankle to try and get a phone call through to earn their 10% commission. It was a good social experiment. I found it quite amusing, but in a very tragic way.
Right.
Yeah. So we made our ClickFunnels, got into teams, and then when we got into teams, everybody was just basically killing each other. There was some people doing the work and other people just doing nothing. Anybody then, when we had our ClickFunnels made, he informed us, as Paul said, you had to have if you weren't doing the 2-month program, which cost $5,000, and you were only doing the 1 month, you had to pay an extra £500 of your own money to run Facebook ads. Some of us was moved over into his building. I was one of the ones that was moved over into his building. Paul was one of the ones that stayed in the other building. Once I moved over into the other building within the first week, that's when I started seeing what really was going on. I didn't want to believe it, but because I'm so tuned in, I was picking up on all this stuff, and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? And then I just can't get caught up in this. So when whoever didn't have the £500 to run the Facebook ads, it was like, I don't even want to know you. The rest of them was left sit in the other building.
At this point, have you already paid your $3,000 or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, so you pay your $3,000. Hold on.
Yeah.
You pay your $3,000. You're thinking you're going to get rich from this program. That's the whole reason you get in. You go. Yeah. Basically, he says, okay, what we're going to do is put you in our team, right? And then you have to start by putting in $500 into his Facebook ad account.
Exactly.
In order to run ads and generate leads for him. For
exactly.
him. And they're not like the stuff you paid for is not necessarily tied back to you.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to call for him in order to get 10% of any profit margins.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's the worst deal I've ever heard of.
I know. But then when
he has this little phrase, which I think once I realized what it meant, he calls it reverse engineering. So you look at the end result and you work it back. He's used it on a lot of his franchise models, but he's basically cut everything to the absolute bone to make the operators take all the responsibility for creating and generating the leads, activating the leads, closing the leads, producing the business to get the most absolute minimal percentage of the end result, and then feel that they're happy with the deal, when then again there is no on sale, that lead is not allocated to you for a lifetime, or for whatever that client may go through the system, that you would be rewarded for how that individual was to grow. And if that individual was to end up as a team leader in the space of 3 or 4 years, they have no idea who sold what to anybody. And I've never seen such chaotic rubbish in all my life.
The other side of this too is that you're selling to people who are then going to become salesmen themselves in his little
But
scheme.
they don't know that.
They don't know that it's a very strange business model to be in. And I'm really happy you guys, this is why I'm happy y'all are speaking out, is with so many people not knowing what's actually going on. What is wealth yogi? How does it even work? I'm really happy to have people who, because this is the kind of stuff I can never get to personally. This is why I have testimonials, is because you guys have been through it. You've been through the ropes. So for anyone out there watching, wondering, hey, should I join, the wealth yogi? These are two experiences that are not, you don't have Master Sri looking over their shoulder right now, making sure y'all are going to give the positive testimonial he wants. So I'm really
tragically, absolutely tragically, because we're genuinely kind, down to earth people, we were dragged in to give great testimonials about how much we've learned and how much we've earned, and we haven't.
So you guys were told by Master Sri to give a testimonial?
Oh, every day.
It gets you at the start when you go there. It gets you all hyped up. But then there's no testimonials at the end. If there had been testimonials at the end, it would have been a different story, because the truth would have come out. But he gets you at the start when you're all hyped up. Because the thing for me is that people recognize me. I was on CC Plus. I was doing their live videos. People trusted me, put their trust in me. And now since I've even spoke out, they're like, but you were the one saying it was good. And I goes, I am so sorry. And from the bottom of my heart, even to the people who I'm ashamed of myself, when we were told to do the calls and got the listing, I was like, I had no money. I had to make my money back. And I made the calls and I got people signed up in the program. And I just goes, I cannot be no part of this. This is not who I am. This is not what I'm about. Because I am so spiritually connected and pick up on energies, it was absolutely the most horrific experience. I went home at night to my Airbnb and was crying myself to sleep.
You've seen a copy of that bullying email, haven't you? I mean, that is atrocious. Did you see it?
And because now
I have not seen it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Eileen.
Can I read it?
Because I spoke out and started putting stuff up on my Facebook and making people aware. I got an email today basically threatening me, but I won't be threatened, and I'm not afraid of these people whatsoever, because I need to prevent. I basically give up on life. I'm going
to read it on your behalf, Eileen, because he's looking again to that girl with Love Island, who was. It's fair to say that Eileen has had her mental health issues, understandably, with what she's been through, and to send when we actually have to open up of all our vulnerabilities to these I am creator people. They know your vulnerable points. They know where to hit. To send this atrocity and threaten legal action, I think, is outrageous. And everyone ought to hear this. If they decide to stand up against Master, because obviously he must have authorized this, it reads, an email from creatorcircleiamcreator.com. Good afternoon, Eileen. It was observed by our management team that you have published negative videos which negatively showed and discussed the internal materials and content of our company's programs. These materials were provided to you during the program time, and you signed an indemnity form which confirming that you do not have the right to disclose any of these provided materials. Although you breached the confidentiality agreement, we would like to resolve this issue between us. You will be given a grace period to delete all the disclosed materials. Please remove these in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, management team will take the appropriate legal action against you.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's completely disgusting.
They're threatening you for speaking out just about their program, which they signed you into.
the truth they're trying to shut me up for telling the truth. I could have, because I was over in the building with all the other ones that basically licked ass, you would not believe the extent some of these people went. Yes, master, no master, 3 bags full master, just to get, like, be part of the I Am Creator, where half of them don't even get paid anyway. They're just
I must admit, it was signed very politely at the bottom of this outfit, have the audacity to say, "Stay blessed," from the customer relationship of the team.
No, hey, we're about to sue you. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
That's what me and Paul was laughing at. But
sorry, I still can't get past the fact that he's threatening a single mother who's lost $10,000.
What a nice man.
Lost $10,000 through his course, and then he's saying, "Stay blessed." I can't get to. What does that do to you as someone who's just trying to recover? I mean, you talked about the emotional toll this has done to you. Can you speak a little bit to that? So after you, after everything kind of happened, after you realized, you said you'd kind of caught on. What happened after that?
When I come home from the program, I was broken. I tried to get back on my feet. I got seriously ill at Christmas to the extent I was in cardiac arrest, and I was brought back. It was just the impact and stress of everything that I'd been through, all the long hours. We were doing 4 to 5 hours of yoga, 2 in the morning, 3 in the evenings, 16, 17 hours a day. When I look back on it, I was like, what the hell were you even, what were you even thinking? So from being sick and getting better, I've come to realize everything that he was teaching, none of it makes even sense. Everything that I've been doing this last couple of years, I was going against myself. I was working from the ego and not from the soul. I was basically chasing and not receiving. But it took me to get sick to realize how much I've learned, and I can put that into helping my clients now and helping change our lives the right way. But can
I ask you, hold on. Did you say you went into cardiac arrest and had to get brought back?
6 hours it took them to stabilize me and rush me to another hospital even. I was so ill, and because of all the trauma of what happened, I just basically gave up. I didn't want to be here anymore. And now to be so at peace, and I've started my spiritual retreats, and I'm doing things the right way, and I've changed my whole life around within weeks. I have got this inner strength. It was the other day, 4 people contacted me about stuff that was going on, and I was like, why is people contacting me? I just want to move on. I want to forget about this whole experience. And something just clicked, and I goes, that's it. I've had enough. I have to speak out, because holding all that stress and stuff in was, I can't move forward until I tell the truth and let it out. And I feel now by doing this, I can move forward with my life if I'm not taken to court and sued. We were basically used, tuck on, build ClickFunnels, pay your own money to run Facebook ads, use your own phones.
Sell his course.
Sell his course. And then at the end of it, have a nice life. See you later. Good luck. Nice to meet you. Left hung and dry.
This is hard. I mean, honestly, this is heartbreaking. I've heard recently, I don't know if you guys have followed this. There's another guru, Samuel Leeds, who he had a student kill themselves after his program. Now I'm not going to say they were related. I'm only going to say the guy took the program. He was an ex-vet, and basically he was in a lot of debt. He was very stressed out because of the debt, and he ended up sadly, tragically committing suicide.
Yeah. I said
in your mind, have things gone too far with these gurus who are charging people up and up and up and up and up, promising up and up and up and up and up, targeting the more and more and more and more vulnerable?
Without a doubt. They don't realize, they make out they're changing people's lives and all, but nobody's showing the other side of it. The people that they're breaking, and that's why I wanted to speak out, because the part that really pissed me off as well if you don't succeed, he makes out that you don't put in the effort and you don't do the work. So it's a win-win-win situation for him. But for me, because anybody that knows me on Facebook knows how driven and positive, and I put my heart and soul into everything, and I never give up, and I put everything into this to be left just shafted, basically. That's what we were left, shafted.
Is it worth talking about the heavy big sell on being agents for Kangen Water? Is that worth talking about?
100% it's worth talking about. So I heard about this. I heard rumors about this. Okay, for everyone who doesn't know, Kangen Water is an MLM, multi-level marketing, right?
Yeah.
Which many people in America hold to be pyramid schemes, equivalent to pyramid schemes, but we'll let that lie. He was trying to recruit you guys into that.
Every single person within there was not put the project as a team thing, like Master standing up and saying that I think, well, he does stand up and say that Kangen Water is good stuff, but every one of his office staff will sneak round one of the tables from time to time. I don't know why, but no one approached me. I don't know why that was, but everybody else, they came up and said, we're agents for Kangen Water, this negatively ironed come alkali water, which is all the rage and all the health thing.
Yeah, save your life, save your cancer, save your whatever.
Yeah, well, even to the extent that the water within what we drank within the office had to be Kangen water. We weren't allowed to drink tap water, and the kettle had to be boiled with Kangen water. Because of the negative energies, obviously, we weren't allowed a microwave, because you can understand a microwave and all that sort of energy just would have affected us in all our sales approaches.
Oh, my goodness. I can't imagine.
Yeah, so we just had a little hot stove, that when we weren't fire walking or doing it out with rubbing Boy Scouts' legs together to make open fires to manifest around each other. You did a load of things around fires, didn't you? You did the Indian New Year around a big open fire, didn't you?
Yeah, you were away. They done a fire on the Sunday night and that. But it was the way they done it. Like, they took me up into the office and they're like, "Oh, can I talk to you?" And they're like, "Oh, we would like you to be part of our mermaids Kangen Water group, because your hair is so amazing and you would be in the front of our adverts and we think you'd be so amazing." And I was like, right, okay. And I knew at the stage what was going on. I was like, yeah, right, whatever. So I went back over to the other building and I said to a couple of the ones, I goes, "They're only have to try to get me to sign up for this Kangen Water shit." And they brought me aside and they were like, "Oh my God, they said the same thing to me." And I was like, what the hell? I cannot stand sneaking around and bullshit. If they had to talk the whole lot of us in and said, "We work with Kangen Water, would you like to be part of it and be part of the group or whatever?" Instead of sneaking everybody around, making you feel special, get you signed up, and away you go.
I've got to ask, because I heard this from somebody. I heard that Eric was allegedly threatening people with dark energies who weren't paying up. Is that true?
Funny you should say that. I had an Indian. He's part of the reason why I came forward too. An Indian man contacted me the other day. He was doing the FLC program, and because it was so bad, he stopped it. But he had a monthly payment scheme, and he stopped his bank from taking the payments out. And a certain member, a girl, rang him and said the dark energies would come back on you, and you'd be affected by the law of attraction because you're not making these payments. And I was sick to the stomach.
I'm not sure they believe in the law of attraction.
No,
I don't think it personally. I mean, we cannot know. We cannot know, but I don't think they do. Because
if they did, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing, because that's not law of attraction. They wouldn't be contradicting themselves by being taking people's money and offering them real stuff, but then just shafting them. Basically, everything is just basically money. That's basically it. And if I was on,
you've got to manifest your Lambos somehow. I mean, you got to manifest the Lamborghini.
To be fair, Did he not put out all the fires in Australia with his meditation?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What?
He had a meditation to put out.
He done a global
rain,
meditation.
and he put out all the fires single-handedly.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy, I don't know what to say. No shame.
No shame whatsoever.
What did you guys do in the aftermath of this programming? I mean, obviously, I think a lot of people probably left like you guys, kind of bewildered by what had just happened. What was that?
I've left bewildered, and I chalk it up to experience.
Okay.
I didn't do anything that wasn't by my own free will. I had greater expectations, which in no way were fulfilled, and I don't believe with a bunch of crooks like that it's wasted energy trying to put bits of paper to refund. As far as what we were sold and what we got out of it, it was rubbish. It was pathetic.
And like, there's people that sold their houses. There's people that done all this stuff.
No.
Yeah. And they're doing what they have to do now to leverage back what they have to get. But how can you, I just can't understand, knowing what we went through, how can you sell something to somebody else knowing exactly what you're selling, ripping people off to go through what we went through? That's what really pisses me off. That really annoys me so much.
Paul, you seem to be very less affected by all of this than Eileen. Is it fair to say you're kind of here for moral support, or you feel bad about what happened to her, or are you here for your own reasons, feeling that you also feel obligated to tell people about what happened?
I'm not here because Eileen's doing it. I believe in everything that she said, and I've been part of that. There's other things that we haven't spoken about because I'm trying to keep a little bit of the reins on Eileen, not to get into the areas that are not provable. Let's just talk about what actually happened, because that's important, that it cannot be denied. I do very much stand my ground, and I was a bit of a devil's advocate up there. I was not Eileen got A-listed selected initially until she found out what was going on. My feelings had been made known very, very early that this was towards a lot of gullible people, that the course was not fit for purpose. We had other things in there which are quite horrific, which are the fact that the management of the whole course of people with accommodation, and another shark that sucked a few of the girls in with accommodation and a supposed car rental that didn't happen, which I helped bail them out on that and financially got embarrassed in that instance as well. But this is where the whole structure of the course is organized like a couple of teenagers trying to organize a scout camp in the forest. And it's completely wrong. It has no structure, it has no function, and it has no end product. When that email came through today, that really enticed me. I was going to come on and talk to you because you seem like a good bloke. You seem you've got your head screwed on. And without people like you that are prepared that have got the outlets to highlight these things that are going on, if you can save a few people from wasting £15,000 and getting close. I mean, I didn't know till after the effect, although I was in contact with Arlene, she's her own person. It only came to light way after Christmas because everyone was doing their own thing, that she got to sort of like a near-death experience. There's no course or business opportunity in this world that is worthy of putting yourself through that, girl. It was, it's not acceptable. And with all the things that are currently in the press, it's an absolute atrocity that email that came through this afternoon threatening with you legal action, well, they've got my goat, and now I will go all the way with this. This can go out to all the people that we know, because, they're just a few little school children playing with business up there. They haven't met the real world, and the real world is just about to come up and fucking hitting hard. Don't fuck with things you don't understand. So this is just the beginning, because when you put this out and it goes live, it's going to bring other people out of the woodwork. I don't know what it will produce, but what we've said is honest, and truthful to how we went through it. No more, no less.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Eileen.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for being able to give us this opportunity to help save so many other people.
Your voices deserve to be heard. I strongly believe that. I think that customer testimonials, the idea that only positive customer testimonials should exist is insane. And I think it's damaging to people's lives. So, I mean, you guys are the ones who are, risking so much to come out and speak. Again, thank you guys. With that said, everybody, that's all for now. We will talk later.
Thank you.
Yeah.